Yo, what's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'll be talking about Avengers Doomsday, the official casting that Marvel announced a few days ago. I'll be talking about everyone that they announced and everyone that they're keeping hidden that are big names that we did not hear or see in this big announcement that they had. But before we get into any of that, make sure to subscribe, comment, share, and turn on post notifications so you're notified when I post a new video. Now without further ado, let's get into it. First thing first, I'm going to be talking about and just saying everyone who was announced in that live video. Starting off with Chris Hemsworth coming back as Thor. Vanessa Kirby coming back as the Sue Storm. Anthony Mackie coming back as Captain America, aka Sam Wilson. Sebastian Stan coming back as the Winter Soldier, aka Bucky Barnes. Letitia Wright coming back as Shuri, aka the Black Panther. Got Paul Rudd coming back as Ant-Man. Got Wyatt Russell coming back as the U.S. Agent. You have Namor coming back. You have The Thing coming back. And you have Shang-Chi coming back. Along with Florence Pugh coming back as Yelena Belova. Kelsey Grammer coming back as the Beast. Louis Pullman coming back as Sentry. Danny Ramirez coming back as the Falcon, or the new Falcon. Joseph Quinn coming back as Human Torch. David Harbour coming back as Red Guardian. Winston Duke coming back as M'Baku. Hannah John Kamen coming back as the Ghost. Tom Hiddleston coming back as God of Stories Loki. Patrick Stewart returning as Professor X. Ian McKellen returning as Magneto. Alan Cumming returning as the Nightcrawler, the original Nightcrawler. Rebecca Romijn, I'm pretty sure I did not pronounce her last name right, coming back as Mystique. James Marsden coming back as Cyclops. I really hope that they do this character justice. Channing Tatum returning as Gambit. Pedro Pascal returning as Mr. Fantastic. And the GOAT himself, Robert Downey Jr. RDJ, returning as Dr. Doom. Everyone that got announced in this casting is it's so good to hear these names. A lot of familiar names like Magneto coming back, but honestly, a lot of original X-Men coming back. And we also have Channing Tatum returning as Gambit. That one, I mean, that's a cherry on top because I'm pretty sure if it was not for Daredevil and Wolverine, like, he would not be in this casting list. But dude, thank God for Daredevil and Wolverine because of that movie, we get to see more of Channing Tatum as Gambit, which is it's just so good to see. He did fantastic in Daredevil and Wolverine, and I just know he's gonna make a name for himself again in this movie. But this casting also does spoil future films like the Thunderbolts. People are complaining about this a lot because they just confirmed everybody from the Thunderbolts casting, or at least on the Thunderbolts team, is returning for this movie, except for Taskmaster, which is leading people to believe that she's gonna die in Thunderbolts. But honestly, that's not really a spoiler. If you ask me, honestly, I thought no one was gonna die in Thunderbolts. I didn't think anyone was gonna die in Thunderbolts, and we all knew just off of the trailers that Taskmaster was not gonna make it. Like, we all know Marvel likes to add characters into trailers that in reality they aren't there. Prime example, Hulk in Infinity War. So people are speculating, even before this casting was announced, that Taskmaster was gonna die anyways. So if you ask me, not that big of a deal, nothing to get too mad over, because let's be honest, I don't think any of us genuinely thought that any of these characters from Thunderbolts were gonna die. But I'm glad to see them all return in this movie. We also have the Fantastic Four, every single last one of them being confirmed to be in this movie, which I think kind of confirms that the main theory for that movie, that they are going to end up not saving their world. Galactus is going to eat their world, but they're going to transport to a different universe, which is going to lead them to being introduced in Avengers Doomsday. We also have the great return of Thor. Thank God. I really hope that when he comes back in this movie, he's not a goofball. He's like genuinely serious. I don't care if it's the switch up of the century. He's all goofy in Thor: Love and Thunder, and then he comes over to Doomsday, and he's serious, like straight face all the time, no jokes. I don't care if Marvel does that. I want a serious Thor. I'm tired of having him being the comedic relief, especially when he's like too much of that. Like, I get Thor's not a completely serious character, but he has serious moments. Like, he's more of a serious character than he is a comedic character, if you ask me, or at least he should be. But yeah, this Doomsday cast announcement was actually really cool to see. A lot of people were complaining the fact that there was a new character or new actor being introduced or announced every 15 minutes in the live. I thought it was a great suspense and it made it last longer. I feel like if they gave us like that little short clip that they gave us when the live ended of just all of them like just being panned out and like being constantly shown, I feel like that would have been too fast and the hype would have died down. But if you ask me, dude, when it was like that long form, just long live, my hype did not die down. I was excited every single time that screen started to move, or every single time it was a different song, introducing a different character. I thought Marvel executed this really well. But anyways, let's move on to some names and actors and characters that were not announced in this live who are pretty big characters in the current MCU. Starting off with the most known one, Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I feel like at this point, it's very well known that ever since Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man died, the face of the MCU has been Spider-Man. I mean, anytime any snippet of Spider-Man 4 news comes out, people are on top of it, talking about it. Like, he's the big name. So a lot of people were shocked when they saw that his name was not on one of the chairs. Another big character in the MCU that was not announced was Doctor Strange. The last time we saw Doctor Strange, it was in Multiverse of Madness post-credit scene where he went off with Cleo to go fight Dormammu or in like that little dimension or something like that. And I feel like that really could have led into Avengers Doomsday. If not, like, Doctor Strange, like, 4 or whatever. Or no, Doctor Strange 3, because that was the second movie. But, yeah, I was actually kind of shocked. More shocked that I didn't hear his name over Tom Holland's. Like, I was expecting Tom Holland's, but when I saw that Doctor Strange was not going to be in this show or this movie, I was really, really shocked because I feel like he can play, like, a really, really huge role in this movie. Another name we have is Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, who was not announced in that live video, which I'm kind of like two-sided on, because on one hand I am kind of disappointed, but then on another, I don't want to see any more of Smart Hulk. If they're gonna introduce Hulk to be in Avengers Doomsday, I need Rageful Hulk. I don't need this Smart Hulk that we had for the past like 5 years. I don't need him at all. Low-key, if he's gonna be in this movie as Smart Hulk, I don't want him. Well, we also have Scarlet Witch not being announced to be in this movie. And technically she is dead, but let's be honest here. All of us know that she is not really dead. Like, if there's any character who has died in the MCU and has any slight chance of coming back, it's Scarlet Witch. Like, the way she died was so, I feel like, anticlimactic, and I didn't feel anything from it, which makes me like believe that she's not actually dead. And I saw this little tweet on Twitter talking about how she really is done with the character, and she said that she's not going to be in Avengers Doomsday because she's working on some other film or project. But if you ask me, her saying that she's working on another project or another film or another series that she's doing, I don't think that means that she's like not gonna come back for Avengers Doomsday. I think it's a very high possibility, and I have all hope that she, if not is gonna be in the film, she might be in the post-credit scene and be connected that way. Moving on to our next character, we have Chris Pratt, Star-Lord. Last time we saw him was at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 with his grandpa on Earth, and he was just chilling. And they did say that he's going to return in the MCU, but we don't know when. I feel like him being returning in Doomsday would be perfect, simply because I don't know what else you're going to return him into. Like, he's not a part of the Guardians anymore. He left space. I mean, the only really big thing that you can include him in is this movie. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure he will be introduced. The next big names that I did not hear was Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman's Deadpool and Wolverine. You have all these OG X-Men coming back. Channing Tatum's Gambit coming back, who was introduced in Deadpool and Wolverine, but you don't have Deadpool and Wolverine return. I'm pretty sure, like, without a doubt, they're going to return. Like, hands down. Next, we have Cleo, who we also saw with Doctor Strange at the end of Multiverse of Madness, the post-credit scene. And I feel like if Doctor Strange has any, like, appearance in this movie, she also has to, because they're together. They're in the same, like, little dimension. So if Doctor Strange's going to be in this movie, then so will Cleo. We also have Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel is a pretty big character in the MCU. I mean, she was a pretty big, I would say, character in Endgame and kind of Infinity War. Nah, not Infinity War, but in Endgame for sure. And I feel like she's one of the more stronger characters, and for them to be going up against Doctor Doom, like the most powerful version of him, they're gonna need some heavy hitters. So I'm pretty sure Captain Marvel will also appear in this film, along with Monica Rambeau, because if you remember at the post-credit scene of the Marvels, she was transported to a different universe where Kelsey Grammer's Beast was introduced. And Kelsey Grammer's Beast was confirmed to be in this movie. So if he's confirmed to be in the movie, I'm pretty sure Monica Rambeau is also going to be in the movie. And then there's also just random characters that I feel like should have a part in this movie, like White Vision, Hawkeye, Rhodey, and Daredevil, especially Daredevil with his ongoing show on Disney+. He should definitely have some type of role. I mean, he's a pretty big character at this point. But yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of characters that I didn't announce during this little live event are going to be appear in this movie. They're just keeping it a surprise, so they're not giving away like all their shock factor when we all go into the movie theaters and watch this movie. That is going to be like a crazy day. Can't wait for it to come. But yeah, I'm really excited to see this movie, especially after hearing the official cast for this movie. Like, I am extremely pumped for it. But yeah, guys, that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, turn on the notifications to be notified when I post a new video. And let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below about this casting, who you guys want to see in the movie that they did not announce in this live. Yeah, the guys, that's the end of the video. God bless. I'll see you on my next one. Peace.